This Atheist Sunday School, this one's the Christian's behavior toward business. Introduction. Of course, feel free to check out the description to, there's a link to my website, ebooks and all that nonsense. And of course, feel free to leave a comment, free to watch my other videos or, subscribe or whatever. Proverbs 11:3a can be used as a rule for life. Live by principles. There is one basic principle involved when considering how a Christian ought to behave toward business. That principle is honesty. Many Christians want to have their list of bad sins, but forget that a lack of responsibility is another sin that God takes seriously. The Bible teaches us we should not be impulsive or spontaneous about business matters, but rather be prudent and wise in our decisions. For which of you, intending to build a tower, does not down first and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it. Lest happily after he hath laid the foundation is not able to finish it, all that behold is begun to mock him, saying, This man began the build is not able to finish. Christians should be honest about taking on financial obligations. Proverbs 10:2. Treasures of wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivereth from death. Christians should first of all be honest with themselves and face the facts. There is treasure to be desired and oil in the dwelling of the wise, but a foolish man spends it up. Proverbs 21:20. They should remind themselves of the amount of their income. They should determine the difference between their income and the amount to which they're considering obligating themselves. They should honestly answer the question, can I really afford the amount of obligation? And this, so far I'm kind of in agreement with what this says. Of course, they're saying only Christians, but I say everybody. Because you should be very careful with your money. Proverbs 28:20. A faithful man shall abound with blessings, but he that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. If you have obligated money for a debt and then you spend that money on something else, you have stolen that creditor's money and lied to him. That is sin. Christians should then be honest with themselves. Bread of deceit is sweet to a man, but afterwards his mouth shall be filled with gravel. Christian should make sure he is not sliding some other obligation when making a new agreement for payment. Another obligation perhaps cannot be met properly if a new debt is assumed. Debts and income should be declared correctly, honestly. Proverbs 22:7. The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. A Christian should be honest with the consideration of the needs of his family. Christians should be honest with God above all other considerations. When the unsaved person dies, all his gain and goods in his life are all that is left. When a Christian dies, his good is only beginning. Yeah, right. All the good to the unrighteous person comes in this life, but for the righteous there is good eternally. When the wicked man dieth, his expectation shall perish, and the hope of unjust men perish. The righteous is delivered out of trouble, and the wicked cometh to his stead. Proverbs 11:7-8. Christians should be honest about paying. Yeah, you should always pay your bills. We are commanded to love God. We are to love Him with our entire being. Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. Matthew 22:37. Christians should pay their bills. Owe no man anything but to love one another, for he that loveth another hath fulfilled the law. Romans 13:8. The wicked borroweth and payeth not again, but the righteous showeth mercy and giveth. Psalms 37:21. Christians should not cause contempt, anger, or contempt that can result in the failure to pay their debts. Christians should never steal in order to fulfill their financial obligations. Christians should be honest about business property. Christians should be honest about keeping other business commitments. Well, that's it for this. It's quick, easy. Feel free to check my description, for my website, link to my website. Feel free to like, subscribe, feel free to leave a comment, or whatever, thanks. Or watch my other videos.